So glad that you could be here with us today to hear this very, very important information in the health sector. My name is Meryl Addis, and I am speaking to you from the suburbs of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so grateful that you're taking the time out of your busy day to take a look at what we have going on here, because I promise you, it is very well worth your time. And for many years, I was a successful jewelry designer here in the Philadelphia area. I was represented in over 70 independent jewelry stores, 8 Bloomingdale's locations. I was doing trunk shows, going to New York City, signing autographs, and it was kind of crazy. And it was wonderful. And I thought that's what I would keep doing, design things every season, doing what I was trained to do. But the economy had something different in store for me and for so many other people. And in 2009, I was forced to close my company. And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do, since I was in my mid-50s at that point and had worked hard to get to where I was. So snap decision, I actually decided to go back to college because I hadn't finished, although I had 3 years as an art major. And I just figured it was a way that I could kind of regroup and figure out what was going to be next for me, and why not finish my degree. And I wasn't quite sure what was going to be next. And I was praying that the universe would send me something really big that could use me up, because I can bore very easily. And I already was doing what I loved. Unfortunately, a dear friend called me and shared the ABC News report with me that hopefully you have seen prior to this webinar. And if not, you can contact me or the person that shared this link to come to this webinar, and they can have you view that, because it is life-changing. And it absolutely changed my life. I didn't see this coming to me, but I was able to connect the dots very quickly to see that this was a game changer in the health world, and I'm very interested in all of that. And because of what it is, could make a huge difference in people's wealth as well. And I was looking for a way to kind of expedite things, to compress the time and the effort that they would take for me to be able to grow an asset that would make the difference that was needed. So, hold on. Anyway, so what I'd like to do now is introduce to you one of my dear friends and mentors who became my friend through getting into this wonderful opportunity, Amy Holmwood. And she will be speaking to you from Bethesda, Maryland. And Amy has a great track record behind her. She's a serial entrepreneur, financial advisor, the top woman producer in the life insurance industry in our country. And she knows a good business opportunity when she sees one. Plus, she had also suffered horribly from Lyme disease. So when a dear friend of hers showed this to her, she was blown away, because she knew enough from everything she had been going through with her own condition that this was a game changer. And because she understands residual income, she only hoped that there was a business attached to this, and there luckily is. So I'm going to turn it over to Amy so she can explain more to you what's happened and what we're doing in regard to that ABC News report. Amy, take it away.
Great, Meryl. Thank you so much. It's just been such an honor to work with you and get to know you and call you my friend. You're an incredible inspiration to me. You have great children. I've just loved getting to know you and to be able to work with you as entrepreneurs together, which is really what was something that was exciting to me about this business opportunity, was to be able to work with other people who are like-minded, that have been successful in other businesses. And unfortunately, changes in the economy and just changes in the world today. I mean, this type of business opportunity does not come along every day. And so I really recognized that when I saw it. Like Meryl was saying, I've been a financial advisor for about 30 years. And ended up retiring at age 50 about 6 years ago, and was presented this information about 5 years ago, and really took it seriously when I saw this. I saw what was happening in the trends in wellness, and I think we can all agree that there's just an unlimited amount of opportunity in the wellness sector right now. Whether you're a physician, whether you're in any walk of life, there's just so many opportunities right now within wellness. And, you know, you're seeing it, the world change before our eyes with the way people are buying food, the types of the way people even get it shipped to their house. I mean, that's just one area of wellness that's growing. But anyway, there's a huge movement going on. It's a wellness revolution. And I want to show you guys a few slides to give you a little bit of an opportunity to understand what Meryl and I are involved in, and why we see this as really being able to fulfill what our destiny is, to be able to help other people. get better health, but also to be able to participate in a business that's really once in a lifetime right now in this area of nutrigenomics, which is an area that's in genetics, that's talking about how plants and dietary components can change the expression of your genes. And that is the future of wellness and also just health and longevity, which is in the anti-aging medicine area. But this is for everybody. Everybody needs something like this. And we're the first company in the world. We're called LifeVantage. We're a publicly traded company. We trade on the NASDAQ. And we are the pioneers in this conversation of nutrigenomics and biohacking. We're doing about $200 million a year in sales and are growing. So let me just pull these up properly because they're not letting me change. And I really want to be able to run through this with you guys fairly quickly. We really appreciate your time. Some of the stuff we talk about with LifeVantage, and I know that you saw the ABC News report. If you haven't seen that, we want you to take a look at it. You can go on YouTube and just Google Protandem and it'll pull up a bunch of these videos. Most of the data we have, there's a lot of peer-reviewed research. So we just want to be clear that nothing we talk about in any of our presentations from LifeVantage has the intention of treat, cure, heal, mitigate any disease. Meryl did talk about this news report, which I saw the first time, and so did she. That's how we got exposed to this information. But being someone who had Lyme disease, I was actually looking at this type of information a lot. And when I saw this, I had never seen anything like this before. And I think you all can agree that there's a shift happening. And doctors like David Perlmutter, who happens to be a 2-time New York Times bestselling author, Brain Grain and Brain Maker, talking about how nutrition and dietary components can change and interact with your DNA and literally are giving information to your genes minute by minute with what you put into your body. And so this is the future now, to be able to show actual changes in your genes. Now, the genes are what are your blueprint of your body. And there are good genes and there are bad genes. So just imagine that you could turn up the volume if they were controllers on the good genes and turn down the volume on the bad genes and to the genes that cause inflammation and scar tissue and all of the stuff that nobody wants to have any part of. And so that is really where the future of anti-aging is, in this area of biohacking, which is we're saying we can literally crack the code to the DNA and manipulate this complex system called the human body that actually has the ability to turn on and off certain things in your DNA. So wouldn't it be nice if you had a genetic predisposition to cancer, if you could kind of turn down those cancer genes? And the answer is you can do that now. And Protandem is the first product in the world that's been able to prove out the conversation that we're having with you right now. We're disrupting the wellness sector completely. And this is a $600 billion industry and growing, and is one that is very broad. We happen to be in the supplement sector of nutraceuticals, where we're disrupting the information that people used to have, which is that vitamins were very effective, when in fact what we're finding now is they're not really very effective at all and often can actually be dangerous. 78% of the population of the United States takes a vitamin every day, so we know we have a huge, huge business opportunity because people want something better that they can use. And that's what Protandem is. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the science. But what I really want to focus on today with Meryl is the timing and the trends in business right now, because you want to be in a business that's going to be able to really grow. And this is where wellness is leading the way. And also in the area of natural nutrition and natural medicine is really growing faster than other categories, because people don't want the pharmaceutical answer to be the only answer for them anymore. And I don't know anybody that would rather not take medication if they don't have to. The company that we're dealing with, LifeVantage, has been in business since 2003. It's a public company, trades on the NASDAQ. It's a very strong company financially, has very low debt. It's a publicly traded stock, so it does go up and down. It's in the biotechnology sector and healthcare. So, it's a very volatile sector, but just know that this company is very financially stable and has not been in network marketing for very long. It used to be, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, sold through retail. We do have products that are second to none in the industry. There's nothing else out there right now in the world anywhere that has the scientific validation for what we have in terms of the health benefits that are coming across to be proven with our Protandem products. And also some of our other products are also very innovative. The system that we have to run our businesses is one where we all work together. Meryl and I happen to be working on the same team. We work with all cross-line, sideline. We work with all entrepreneurs throughout the company because we're still a very, very small baby little company. So we're all working together to grow the company. And we're using technology, smartphones, we have apps, we have a social network that is absolutely second to none to grow our businesses. And then the culture that delivers is huge. All ages now want to participate in this type of business platform where we can actually work from our homes, where we can create income, we can create an asset that we don't have to spend a lot of money investing in. And also we can work and have time freedom because the income stream continues to come every single month when you have products that are unique like this with very high reorder rates. And then we also have this culture of just absolutely incredible people coming together that are entrepreneurs that really want something better out of their lives. And what a better place to be every day. You are the sum total of the people you surround yourself with. And that is one of the things I love about LifeVantage. And then our compensation plan, which is incredible. And we're not going to be able to go through that with you today, but we have been ranked in the direct selling industry as having one of the top 10 compensation plans in the entire industry. So with the trends that we're seeing, this is not a fad. This is a movement. This is a wellness revolution where all of people are becoming more interested throughout the world in natural modalities. And 10 million new millionaires as a result of that are going to be made in this wellness sector in the United States, just here in this country. And we have the whole world to be able to share this with. But wellness and network marketing together, that trend of those two together is really where more money is going to be flowing in the economy. So why not position yourself in a place where money is going to be coming in your direction? And so when you look at this traditional business cycle that every company has, you always have a formulation and pioneering stage, and then you hit what's called critical mass, where there's a tipping point. Usually that's when about 5% of the population has heard about something. And then once you hit that, then the companies generally, if they're lucky enough to get to that, will go into something called momentum. And we've seen it with Starbucks and, the years and years that they were in business before they really hit momentum. New Skin is a direct sales company that's a good example of that. And then one of the statistics that's hugely important is how many distributors does the company have in place that are ordering products that are distributors that signed up to do business. And right now, LifeVantage has about 65,000 in the entire world that have signed up as a distributor. They're customers that are using the products, but they also want to be able to share and make money through the social networks. And this is a statistic that's just a little bit about half of what still is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity if you get into a company that has less than 135,000. And that's according to the Direct Selling Association. So we know we're so at the beginning of this company. And we've got 26 peer-reviewed published studies on Protandim. 23 of those are at pubmed.gov, which is the National Institute of Health Library of Medicine. And those are on all different types of research around cancer, heart disease, oxidative stress, aging. Protandim is the only supplement ever been tested to extend life in a mammal by 7%. It's very significant. It's the first time in history that they've been studying at NIH, the National Institute of Aging. They've been studying longevity and supplements and medications. And we're one of just a couple things, and the others are medications. So it's just incredible. We're initially sold through pharmacies, so we weren't in direct sales when we started in 2004. We've only been in direct sales about half of our business. So it's been about 7 years now. And we have 11 patents to protect our formulas. We also have 2 categories, NRF2 and NRF1. Those are gene expression categories that are going to be much more popular in the future. Right now, nobody really knows what they are. Nobody understands these things yet because they're not mainstream. They're not being advertised on TV. You're hearing about these on social media. You're hearing about them through your doctor's offices. We also have an amazing leadership team that has huge success in taking companies to $1 billion. And we're now in 5 different categories. So we don't just have Protandim Nerve2, which is for oxidative stress and aging. We also have other products that we've brought out, but we have a very small line. We will not have a lot of products. They're all scientifically validated, and they're all going through tremendous amount of research if their studies haven't all been published yet. But our core foundational products are our Protandim Nerve2, Nerve1, and our Pet Tandem, which is our Protandim for our dogs, which is an incredible market as well. But what I want to show you before we wrap up is the income levels these have been reported to Wall Street this is one of the benefits of being a public company, is the company has to report the earnings of the distributor, so they can actually publish that to show how much money is the company paying out from the 200 million in sales that they bring in. How much are they paying out in commissions, and who is getting those commissions, and how much are they earning every month on this royalty commission that we talked about. And this is where people can really make significant impact in their financial situation. When you look at the middle ranks of the company and be able to, in a very short period of time, like Meryl said, compressing time, to be able to have, well, Meryl's a Premier Pro 6 in the company, an average income of about $5,200 a month. That's a significant change in somebody's life, to be able to create that from working from home within, a fairly short period of time, and then have that continue to go up every month. I've been able to reach the rank of Elite Pro 9 at $35,000 and change a month. These are averages, but to be able to compress time, what took me 25 years to build up a retirement income in my business, to be able to recreate that in about 4 years is pretty remarkable, and is something that has totally changed my life as far as my family, financial footing for the future, and also just to be able to have the ability to work from home, where before I was traveling all over the place on airplanes and, just doing what you have to do to really make a business grow, and also having to employ people in my office. My husband runs the business now, so I don't have to go in there anymore. But, when I looked at this, when I said the person that shared this with me, I said, OMG, this is a huge business opportunity. Even though I've never been involved in direct sales before, I saw this as the first company I was ever presented that I was actually interested in participating in. And this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and it has to be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. So I didn't sit there and go, is this the right time for me? Or, does this make any sense in my life to have another income stream? When I saw what this was and the science around this, it was absolutely remarkable to me that this was something that I hadn't heard of before. My doctor hadn't told me about it. And, this is just going to change people's lives so significantly. And it has, as it has mine and Meryl's. And the nice thing about this, you guys, is that nobody knows anything about this yet. This has not been saturated in any way. There haven't been a lot of Facebook posts on this. This company hasn't allowed us to use social media hardly at all until recently. So this thing is ready to take off. And so that's why we're sharing this with you today. We're actually creating a platform for people to easily create videos. And the company's given us all the tools we need through our smartphone apps and things like that to run our business just from this little small version phone. I got the smallest one so I can put it in my pocket, because I have this everywhere. It's how I run my business. And I like having the small phone. But anyway, Meryl, I just want to thank you so much for inviting me on to help share this exciting information. And I can't wait to meet all of you at some point in the future. If you have any questions, you're going to get back to Meryl or the person who invited you. Thank you. I'm going to turn it back to you, Meryl.
Thank you so much, Amy. I could listen to you share about this for over and over and over again, and I glean something new each and every time. And that's so great, because it continues to keep me excited and on the edge of my seat and just bursting at the seams, wanting to get this out to as many human beings as I can. So we all appreciate your time very much. Make sure you've seen that ABC News report. You can get in touch with the person who shared this with you and or with me. And we're happy to talk more about this and get into more detail about it. But thank you again for your time.